everyone, and welcome back again to the 80s Movie Den. For this episode, I've got some DVD pickups that I'd like to talk about. I recently picked up some really awesome movies, no 80s movies, but some early 90s movies, and then a couple of fantastic newer films. And let's get into the review. So we're going to start with, let's start with their older films here. We're gonna go with Jim Carrey and The Mask. Absolutely love this movie. Watched it many times. Never had any copies of it. Watched it when it was on TV. Of course, I rented it when it came out. I went to the movies to see this film, which is pretty cool. It's pretty interesting when I'm going through my movie catalog or I'm picking up new movies, how it sparks memories of me going to the movie theater to see these films. I've completely forgot that I went to the movies to see this, but really funny movie. Jim Carrey, of course, wild, over the top, very eccentric. This came out in 1994, and this was also the very first film for Cameron Diaz. Yeah, this was an introduction to Cameron Diaz on the movie scene, and there's her in the back there. So, yeah, pretty awesome. Just a fun movie, a fun movie to watch. These movies, again, we're going to stick with Jim Carrey, and we have the deluxe double feature. Two hilarious films, including the Ace Ventura animated series, which is awesome. If you haven't seen the animated series, I recommend it. It's quite funny. I don't think it lasted very long, but I remember watching it. Yeah, there weren't a lot of cartoons, capers that'll ace your funny bone. So yeah, anyways, I just went right to this because I had completely forgot about the animated series, but I remember seeing it. So there it is right there. Those are the episodes on the back. This is obviously the bonus disc. Very fun. The animated series was very fun, and it was a lot of laughs. Yeah, so it's... prepare for a stampede of outrageously animated animal-loving lunacy with the weird and only Ace Ventura, starring the brilliantly bonkers pet detective made famous in two monster hit films. It's a funny, furry 3-episode menagerie of really zany cartoon craziness. So yeah, I believe that it was... if you know out there, if you know for sure, let me know in the comments, but I believe it was only 3 episodes. But I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, that's awesome. And then, of course, the movies. I love that they came in this little box. I'm a sucker for presentation. I'll even pay a little bit extra if it looks better. That's just, that's just me, I guess. But we have Pet Detective. Very simple. We have Pet Detective. Tone Loc was in this. Who else was in this? Oh my gosh, Courtney Cox was in this as well. I completely forgot about that. This is right around the time that Friends came out, right? Because this came out, what, 94? So Friends was taking off after the first season, and then Courtney Cox landed the role in this film as well. And these films took off. A lot of people didn't like the second one. They thought it was just more Jim Carrey silliness, which is true, it was. But I liked the second one. I thought it was hilarious. They managed to, they managed to make it quite funny as well. So there you go. Loving that setup. This is great. So, yeah, so Pet Detective, When Nature Calls, and the animated series, which I will check out at some point. Okay, and then 2 newer films on a more serious note. Streamed these movies. These movies were recommended by a coworker I went and checked them out. I love Keanu Reeves. And when I found these movies, I picked them up. I'm looking forward to getting 3 and 4. I believe there's a 5 coming out if it hasn't come out already. John Wick. What a badass movie this is. Absolutely incredible. He does a lot of his own gun work, which is fantastic. If you go on YouTube, you'll see that. Yeah, this is just awesome. Awesome movies. And then this is part 2. John Wick 2. More of the same. More kick-ass stuff. I got to admit, I don't watch newer movies. I'm not a fan of newer movies. I don't like where the movie business is going for various reasons. I think, you know, original art and creativity is taking a backseat to a lot of other things, but I'm not going to get into that. But there are some movies that stand out, and this is one of them. Now, these movies came out. I think the first movie came out in 2014, so before the craziness started. Yeah, they're just awesome. They're awesome films. You know, when I'm in a kind of a crappy mood, I guess, for lack of a better word, I just put one of these movies in, and it kind of relaxes me, living vicariously through John Wick. So anyways, those are my DVD pickups. Let me know in the comments what you think of those. Loving the fact that I can add those to my collection. I have seen all of those films, so it's not like it's something I have to get to right away. But I do have, I mentioned it in many videos past, that I have like a set of movies that I go to, and it's I'm kind of on a revolving door of the same movies over and over again. I got to try and kind of work myself out of that so that I can, you know, check out some of the newer movies that I've never seen before that I've purchased, because I've got quite a few that I need to check out and catch up on. So anyways, this has been the 80s Movie Den, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one.